I'm Seth, and I'm super unorganized. Hi, Seth.
Hi, Seth.
And I plan to stay that way. Yeah, yeet! Hey guys, it's Seth here, and if you did not know, I'm super unorganized. I mean, that's why you clicked the video, right? Living in COVID land, I have lost all track of space and time, and I feel like I'm slowly melting away
into oblivion.
I mean, I've been procrastinating a lot. I've been playing a lot of video games. I've been on my phone a lot. I've been doing this. I'm just doing a lot of just random things instead of the things that I actually have to get done, and then end up having to bum rush it like the next day or something. Now, I'm not advocating for procrastination, but I think I do pretty darn well for myself under pressure. It's funny because it took me like 3 days to edit my first video, which is super weird because I literally edit for a living, so it shouldn't have taken as long as it did. But guess what? I was procrastinating on that too. In all seriousness, I really don't want to be like this forever. I used to have a pretty good system, but you know, unorganization and procrastination really just take over. They're not really good habits to keep. So as a growing individual who wants to get better, here are the things that I learned about being organized. Step 1, write down what needs to get done. Decide for yourself if you're more of a typey person or a writey person, because I think that's super important. I'm very hands-on, so I like to write my stuff out. I tried using things like Google Calendar, my phone for like reminders, but I don't really like working that way. Then I had war flashbacks of my bullet journal, which didn't really work out because I was designing every single month and it became more of a hassle, which don't get me wrong, I really like the idea of it, and just being able to design everything was super cool because I like drawing even though I'm like really bad at drawing. It just didn't really work out. And then my ex-girlfriend was the one who ended up doing a lot of the designing for me because she knew that I couldn't keep up with it, but I still couldn't keep up with it, so that just wasn't my thing. Look at this wonderful ball of mess, just half finished, and you know, I'm not... March was a pretty decent month because I kind of filled in some things, and I put that there 8 days in a week. Who wrote this? Oh, okay, so she's the one who designed this. I was like, this looks too good to be mine. But what is my goals? Finish proud. Oh no, this is a recurring nightmare. Release a song. Oh, write a draft. I don't know what writing a draft refers to. Oh gosh. You know, I might go through this at a different time. But yeah, it didn't really work out well because designing things and then just, it was too much for me. Like, I'm a simple person. Then my war flashbacks went even further, and I was thinking back to high school when I had a school planner, and I actually checked that pretty often. Interestingly enough, I wrote some of my first lyrics in there in the notes section just because I was bored and I would like doodle and stuff. Yeah, like, this felt like it was pretty darn good. And then random, this is what, late nights? Oh, I like late nights. That was honestly the peak of my organization skills. When I went to college, I fell off the wagon pretty hard because I had a lot of downtime, which manifested itself into laziness and procrastination because no one was there to tell me what to do. That's when I realized that I needed a planner like I did back in high school, where I could just open it up, write down what I need to get done, and then close it back and not have to worry about designing every single month. And it's weird because I honestly haven't had a planner since high school, and I should have invested in one a long time ago, but here I am now. I ordered one and it's gonna arrive soon, hopefully. COVID land. I know it's weird ordering a planner in the middle of May because I'll only be able to use like half of it, but hopefully the habit of doing it half of this year is going to help me for next year and then the years after, and just a habit that I'm going to end up keeping. We'll check back in a month and see how much I've actually kept up with it. So step number 2, set realistic goals for each day. Once you know what you need to get done and when you need to get it done by, figure out when to do these things throughout your day. And I'm not saying plan out every single moment, but give yourself like a good enough margin for when a certain thing needs to be finished. You can be like, from 2 to 3 I'm gonna do chores, and then from 5 to 8 I'm going to do homework. It really just depends on you because everyone works differently. My weekly schedule usually consists of Monday through Thursday, constant classwork, regular work, and school. And then when Friday hits, that's when I actually get time to breathe, and so I'm able to get a lot more of my chores done. I'm able to wash more dishes because those end up piling up a lot, and I'm able to clean up my room as well. Also, knowing when you're productive is key because everyone works differently. I'm very much a morning person, so I like to get a lot of things done in the morning from about 8 a.m. to maybe like 1 p.m. After 1 p.m., that's when my energy starts to dwindle if I haven't had coffee or boba. So I kind of just sit there, do nothing. Maybe I'll play some video games and just relax, and then later on in the day, I have energy again, and so I can get a lot of things done in the middle of the night because no one else is awake, and it's really, really peaceful to work in the middle of the night. I'm just trying to get better at working on my assignments earlier because I don't have a planner. I have to constantly check my school dashboard website. It's called Canvas. So yeah, this is what my current schedule looks like. I know it looks whack because it's like a PNG and really basic, but I'll update you guys when my planner ships and I start using it. So at least you know for sure I'm practicing what I preach. And if I crash and burn, you guys will be the first to know. If you have bigger assignments like projects and presentations, you want to plan around those as well. Spend more time working on your bigger presentations or projects and such, or just bigger projects in general, I guess not pertaining to school, just things that you need more time to work with, and not just do it last second, because when you end up half-assing something, you're gonna sort of have that mentality to just keep half-assing something, and that's gonna end up becoming like your full effort, which you don't want to do because you don't want to be seen as someone who's lazy. Step 3, and probably the hardest step, is being consistent. And I am a victim of this because there are so many inconsistencies in my life. I'll tell myself that I'm going to do something and then I end up not doing it, or I end up doing it for like a little bit and then not wanting to do it again. And it's really, really hard. It's really just your mentality on how much you want this thing that you want to achieve. Like once you lose your momentum, you're gonna feel like you don't want to do it anymore. It's okay to mess up every once in a while because we're not perfect. You just have to pick yourself back up and just keep going at it. That's why I recommend pacing yourself a lot more with whatever it is you have to do, especially with the bigger projects, assignments, whatever it is that you're doing that takes more time than one day, and then forgetting to do something the next few days because you're riding off of the high of like, oh yeah, I was super productive this day, and then you're not productive the next few days, and then turns into the next few weeks, and then turns into the next few months, and then you realize you haven't been productive in like years. Yeah. And I'm not saying that you have to be productive every single day. I mean, I love me a good lazy day. But the reality is your life is gonna be filled with all of these things that you're gonna constantly have to do, and you just have to adapt well to it. So please, pace yourself. This is not a sprint, it is a marathon. If you guys have any tips on your own organization, please leave a comment down below. I hope that you all have a wonderful week. If you like this video, please leave a like. And if you want more random content, random rants, or I don't know what else I'll be doing, just subscribe to my craziness.